Hi and welcome to Culture Unraveled. One of the questions that the series The Crown pushes us to think about is this: is being a monarch even desirable? Before the series aired, many of us might have thought that being royalty was an absolute dream come true. To enjoy the perks that the royalty can provide without really thinking of the responsibilities that the position entails. But the series helps us get a glimpse of the tough reality and the humongous responsibility that comes with it, especially for the Queen. Through the series, we see the tough political decisions she has to take, the position of neutrality she has to maintain, the symbolic image that has to be preserved, the complex family issues that have to be resolved, and so much more. If given a choice, she might have chosen none of it. We see many others in the family renouncing their titles because of the haunting responsibility that comes with the position. But through the series, we see her navigating through the responsibilities as best she could. She rises to the occasion, looks back at her experiences, learns from the people she comes in contact with, and holds the dignity of her position. For almost 7 decades and counting, the Queen has managed to hold the fort and continues to be a symbol for England. Despite the radically changing socio-political situation around the world, the institution still manages to be an anchor for its people. Of course, there is a cost of being such an unchanging symbol in a dynamically changing world. We see the strain of that on the institution, in the other members of the family, to the nation and the world at large. But that is the inevitable cost of being an unshakable symbol. Monarchy in this sense has always been a tangible symbol of a nation's history, a foundation that holds its people together. The concept isn't arbitrary, but rooted in a civilization's need for stability. The book The City of God, which was written by Saint Augustine at a very difficult period in Roman history. The Visigoths had sacked Rome, and the 400-year-old empire, which was the symbol of stability, seemed to be cracking under the weight of the new world. This left the people utterly shocked because they always thought that the most stable empire could never break. But it did. And it is in this context that Augustine writes City of God. In it, he states that no human institutions could ever be a permanent symbol that holds the weight of the human spirit. That the change in society and the collective imagination of the people were too great for any human institution to withstand. In the last season of The Crown, we see two characters embodying that changed reality, Princess Diana and Margaret Thatcher, and both were at odds with the institution. The institution wasn't able to bend them to their tradition, neither was it able to adapt itself to assimilate them. The foundations were too fixed. It's not about it being anybody's fault. It's just the limitations of human institutions and symbols. They can never really be permanent. It points to the fact that we need to anchor our hopes on something that transcends the limitations of time and space. That the symbols have to be cosmic. It has to be eternal in its being, outside the fabric of time-space. And so, as Saint Augustine writes, our true hopes can never be in the city of man. It has to be anchored in the city of God.